Happy New Year, True Voice Studio singers. How are you? It is a new year. We are looking forward to many, many wonderful things we have going on this year. I hope this finds you well. So at the beginning of the year, we are going to top off with I want to get you into evaluating your goals, some things that you would like to do. Let me know as we go along. I'm going to be asking you some questions and prompting you to join in and participate in some of the things that we have. I really would like to know some of the thoughts and the questions that you have. Where do you visualize yourself this year? Where do you recognize that you're going to be this coming year? What have you achieved last year? So I want to, first of all, here again, I'm giving a little bit of extra time. I would like to make sure we have had time for a few people to pop on. We are doing our live, super excited. So as we're coming into a new year, it's 2024. How is your voice? That's what I would love to know. How is your voice doing? Are you achieving, or have you achieved some of the things that you wanted to achieve in your voice this year? Let me know that, okay? So the first question that I have for you is, do you have your vocal journals ready? I want everybody to get a vocal journal. Everyone should be documenting and keeping track of everything that you're doing. What gets mentioned, what gets evaluated is what you're going to be able to focus on more deliberately and be able to fix some of the things that you diagnose, some of the things that you're noticing. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but I know something's not quite right. So that's where we're going to start this year, is taking a look and evaluating where you've been, what did you do vocally, and what do you want to do in the coming years now, for this coming year in the 2024. So get your vocal journals out. I'm going to give you all just a little bit of a second. I'd like you to grab your vocal journal. And hold on just a second. I'm going to bring this little guy right over here. I'm switching around in screens. Okay, so I want you to grab a vocal journal. And if you don't have an actual journal, for right now, today, what will suffice is get a notepad. You can get any kind of notepad. For heaven's sake, even a sticky note. Just get something, get a pencil, get a pen, and I want you to write down and focus today on what we're going to go over. And I want you to start paying attention to what is happening with your voice and what are your goals for your voice in 2024. So the first thing, I'm hoping that you all have gotten your vocal journals out. We're hoping that you've got those out. Let me know, is anybody in the comments? Can you let me know? Hold on just a second. Can you let me know if you can, first of all, see and hear me okay? This is our initiation for 2024 with True Voice Studio. We are getting on it. Can everybody hear me and see me well? I don't see, hold on one second here. Just looking to see if I have any questions or if I have anybody that is commenting. So be sure and let me know if you cannot see me, if you cannot hear me, just let me know. Just let me know. Give me a shout out, okay? Okay, so you've got your piece of paper. For those of you who have just hopped on, let's grab your vocal journal. So I'm going to I see I've got a couple people on. Go ahead and grab a piece of paper. If you're a note taker in like a digital notes, or if you're a sticky note person, if you are a notebook person, if you were just a paper tablet person, or if you have another method, if you actually have a vocal journal that is set aside just for your voice, that's really what we are looking for. All right, so you got your pencil and paper ready. Somebody give me a thumbs up, and we're going to get started with some questions that I'd like you to observe. So first thing we're going to do is I want you to take a look back at this last year, at 2023, and as overall as a singer, what have you accomplished? I want you to see your accomplishments that you've already done this last year, and I want you to be proud of what you've done. Doesn't matter if you're not where you want to be, but I want you to write down Write down what you have done this last year that has been taking positive steps toward improving your voice and reaching your goals as a singer. Okay, so write that down. Take a second. I'm going to have you write that down. We're going to bring in some little tunes here while you're writing it down. I'm going to give you just a couple seconds, and I want you to just write down while we're thinking here. Just write down. What have you done over this last year that is a positive step toward your vocal journey and your vocal development? Just write it down, okay? And as you go into this, take your time. I don't want you to think about like, oh my gosh, I have to write a novel. I have to be don't overthink it. Just write down some things that you've done to take some steps to improve your voice this year, okay? Now, the second thing I'm going to ask you is we're going to write down a number 2 in your vocal journal. Now, this is not for me. This is for you. So I want you to go and look at your list. I'm going to have you write down now. The second thing you're going to write down is, what do you want to do to improve your voice this year? Okay, so we are going to I'm going to jot down with you. Okay, so what are your things? The number 2 point is going to be, let me see, number 2, and we're going to, how can you improve your voice? I want you to think of what you can do to improve your voice this year. What would you like to do to improve your voice? So, in other words, would you like to sing higher? Would you like to sing more commercial, attain a more commercial sound? Are you looking to reach lower notes? Are you wanting to start doing some songwriting? Are you looking at doing some recording? Are you looking at some live performance? Sarah, I love this. Sarah is saying Sarah is coming in and she's saying she wants to do more frequent vocal warm-ups. So is that something that you have, you did this last year? Is that what you're talking about, Sarah? Let me know. So my first question for those of you joining in, I'm just going to recap really quickly, but I do want to move on. Okay. So the first thing was and when you look back, what have you done this last year or up to today to achieve your vocal goals? The second question, so Sarah says she's been doing more frequent vocal warm-ups. That is fabulous, Sarah. That is so good. So the second thing that we asked is, what would you like to improve in your singing or in your voice with your vocal career? Do you want to start a career? Do you want to start singing more? Do you want to start singing live? Would you maybe like to start singing background vocals? Do you want to learn harmonies? Do you want to master vibrato? What would you like to do this year? What in your voice would you like to find a transformation and just really find some answers and see some real, actual, tangible improvements where you're like, yeah, I'm on this. So I'm going to give you guys a second here as we have our little music in the background. Give us a little thing to jam with. Okay, so next thing I want you to write down, okay? What can you do differently to achieve these goals that you have for this year, okay? So we've covered things you've achieved last year, vocal goals for this year. It can just be one. Take one thing at a time. And then I want you to write down what is something that you can do to achieve your vocal goals this year. Okay, I want you to just take a second and I want you to write down some things that you yourself as a singer feel like, I could do this. So what's something you can do? It's an action step. What is something different that you can do that you can commit to and you can stick to? It could be, I'm going to work out my voice more. I'm going to be more consistent. I'm going to start a vocal journal and making sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Write it down. This is super important. So what is something that you can do differently? What is something you can do differently as a singer to achieve your vocal goals this year? Giving you a second to write it down. I love this. Remember, you guys, what you measure, what you look at and what you measure is something that you can actually fix. You can't fix something that you don't actually measure and have a a way of looking at it and saying, you know what, I'm noticing this is wrong and I want to fix it. Well, if you don't even, first of all, acknowledge and say, you know what, I've got this going on and I'm not happy with this. That's a starting point. So this is what I want you to write down. Okay. All right. So I want to ask you something. Are you willing to commit and make a commitment to yourself as a singer that you're going to actually do what you just said in step number 3, that you're going to do something differently. You're going to commit to it. You're no longer going to procrastinate. You're no longer going to be inconsistent. You're no longer going to doubt yourself. You are no longer going to, I'll just skate by. I'll skip my workouts, or you might do just a warm up and not really work out your voice. Are you committed to showing up with excellence? Write it down. I want you to write down I really want you to write this down, guys. Okay, so I will show up with excellence. Oh, I love this. Okay, so Sarah is saying, she's a journal is going to be a good idea for her. But guess what? She's also saying maybe an accountability buddy. I'm sketched to do it on my own. Sarah, I love your honesty. She's like, an accountability buddy. How many of you need an accountability? Someone to keep you accountable. Hold your feet to the fire and say, oh my gosh, okay, you got this. You can do it. On those days, it's so easy to be fired up in it. The beginning of the new year, you're like, yeah, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I'm going to improve my voice, or I'm going to learn to sew, or I'm going to learn to whatever, or be a better person. I'm going to learn to wake up better, or I'm going to learn to have more positive thinking, or I'm going to read my Bible more, or I'm going to learn to read one book every month. I'm going to, you have all these things as resolutions, but are you actually doing it? So in the 5th step, I want you to ask yourself, are you willing to show up a little differently and be committed this year? I want to know that. Okay, so in the comments here, as you guys are writing, I want you to write in the comments, committed or willing. I want you to write it in the comments here, because I'm watching. I have something really, really exciting for you, a new announcement this next week. And I am going to be, I'm going to be launching the first vocal workshop for True Voice Studio for the year 2024. And it is launching this week, and next week is going to be signups. I want you guys to be paying attention, because I want you to think about what you're doing. I want you to think about these things that matter. These sound like real, you don't think about it. Oh yeah, I'll think about it. Or you might just say it, but you don't commit to it unless you write it down. And I want you to write it down, commit to it by writing it down. Do something a little differently than you've done before. Be committed to saying, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this. Sarah, I like that you have put down an accountability buddy. That's amazing. So Sarah, she is being honest, and she says, she's committed-ish. I love that. That's honest. You guys, that's really honest. Anyone else out there committed? No one else is committed? Okay. All right. So Sarah is asking, what's next week? Sorry, I missed it. So this next week, we're having enrollment. I'm opening enrollment for my first ever, for True Voice Studio, our first ever workshop for, it's a masterclass basically. And it's opening enrollment this next week. And I want you guys to be ready and looking out for that. But in the meantime, I want you to look back at what you're jotting down today on a piece of paper or a vocal journal. And I want you guys to get serious about this. Not serious to the point where it's a stress. It should not be a stress, but you should be excited. If you're a singer, you should love your voice. You should love singing. You should look forward to it. You should be completely geeked out on, oh my gosh, I get to do my vocal lessons today. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to get into pharyngeal. I'm going to get into my head voice. I'm going to achieve new heights. I'm going to find my whistle voice. I'm going to find all these parts of my voice. Get into it and look for it and commit to it. All right. So this next question, I want you to really think about it. What is holding you back? What is holding you back? I'm going to give you here again just a little bit. I'm going to give you just a few 30 seconds or so. I want you to write down, what is holding me back from doing and achieving my vocal goals? What is holding me back from being committed? Write it down. What is holding me back? In my own estimation, I want you to tell me what is holding you back. Is it your time? Do you find interruptions? Are you procrastinating? You find it hard? Maybe you just flat out don't know where to start. Are you confused? Are you discouraged? What is holding you back? And this one, I want you to write it down on your vocal journal paper today, but I also want you to write down in the comments. I want you to commit to this. Write down something that's holding you back as a singer from taking all of the steps above we've just talked about. Take a minute and write it down. I'm going to give you just a few seconds. Here we go. Love that. Sarah, I love that. Sarah says that laziness and fear of failure holds me back. Oh my gosh. Do any of you identify with Sarah's comments? Laziness and fear of failure holds you back as a singer? Okay, write it down. I want you to put down, let's get honest, you guys. Let's take a deep dive. Let's get honest here and find out what is holding me back vocally from committing to these things. These are really important. Monica, she says, I'm tired and I'm lazy. Okay, are you physically just tired? Physical exhaustion, guys. That's so huge. Are you physically exhausted? Are you kind of at your wit's end? Maybe in other areas of your life you're feeling burnt out? You're physically tired? Thank you, Monica, and thank you, Sarah, for your honesty. That's a tough thing to get on here and write down some of these points. But you know what? This is the beginning. What gets measured gets fixed. It's fixable, guys. It's all fixable. It's all fixable. Okay? All right? I love that. Okay, so now the next step that I want you to do is I want you for the next few days, I want you to be looking at these goals. Look at what we wrote down today. We wrote down some really, really important steps today in the vocal journey and our progress in our vocal journey that we'd like to accomplish. These are not small things. What we're going to start doing as we dive forward and go forward in our momentum here with our vocal journey, we're going to start learning to fix the things that you would like to fix with your voice. Sometimes you don't even know where to start. And I have found that to be very true with some students. They know they're frustrated. They're like, I just don't know what to do with my voice. I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to begin. I'm just frustrated. My voice locks up when I try to sing high. I sound like I sound terrible when I sing. I sound overly throaty, or my voice locks up. It feels tight when I'm singing. I want you to write that down. I want you to think about those things, because this week Sarah was asking, and I saw somebody else, they were asking, how do you sign up? That's what we're looking for this next week, guys. We are signing up. It's open enrollment for a new masterclass for vocal freedom here with True Voice Studio, and I'm so excited. It's such a pleasure to be able to serve you, and I want to take a little deeper dive and actually start helping you all find solutions to what's going on with your voice, not just some little nuggets here and there, but actually start taking a deeper dive into, why is my voice tense? Why do I not feel vocal power? Why do I not feel like I have the freedom? Why am I locking up when I'm singing? There are so many things that we're going to evaluate, and we're going to take the journey of starting to fix those things. But you can't fix what you don't know needs fixing, okay? Just as it's the same concept as if you've got something going on with your car engine, and all of a sudden the car's just not running really well or anything, but that's like a pretty urgent and a pretty important thing, right? Your vehicle, you need it to run. What do you do when you take it into a mechanic? you find out and get a diagnosis of what the heck is going on with my car. It could be something super simple. Sometimes you need major repairs. It just depends. If you've got a blowout in a tire, there are some things that are really obvious that you need to fix and you need to pay attention to. Other things are not so. They're like little things that are hidden under the hood, if you will, in the engine, and the whole system is not going to work. Your vocal system is not going to work. The voice is not going to work if you don't find out exactly what's going on with it. And that's where we're going to take off this next week with the beginning of that journey. So if you're in with me, I want you to just stay tuned, stay patient. I want you to be excited for this, what we've got coming up this year. Let it be the year that you are committed to yourself, to making a difference, not just in your voice and with your voice, but make a difference in the lives of singers in your life. Make a difference in the lives of other people. How many of you started singing and you love to sing because you heard a song, you heard an artist that just like really grabbed your heart? And it doesn't matter what genre. Everybody, if you have a favorite artist, you know that person grabbed your heart. They just like, oh yeah, I want to sing because I want to be able to do that. More importantly, when someone grabs you, when they make you emotionally, they kind of activate some of emotions in you when they have sung and performed. Or have you ever been to a concert where that artist just makes you feel like you know them? You may not even know them, but you just feel like you know them. That is because they have learned the art of connecting with you as an audience. And my job is to help you not only discover your true voice, but to help you learn to connect with your own voice and therefore connect with other people. It's so important. Music is powerful. It doesn't matter what genre you sing. It doesn't matter what style you like. It doesn't matter if you have a light voice, if you have a more robust voice, if you have a heavy rock voice. It does not matter. Music is powerful. It makes an impact, and it is a way and it is a tool of making a positive difference in people's lives, right? Okay, so I'm going to look through let me look through my comments here. Oh my gosh, Zach, it is so good to see you. Zach, you're amazing. I see you on here all the time. So Zach said hi, yay. He's saying hi to Sarah. She's on the broadcast all the time. That's okay. And then Zach, that is so fine. Zach says, I'm sorry I'm late. I tried to catch you this time. I'm so glad. Zach, I am so thrilled that you're here with us in our live today. That is so awesome. I would love it if you would take the time to go back into from the beginning of today. It is really important. We're establishing some steps to take to fixing the things in your voice that you would like to fix, and also to achieving new goals for this year in 2024. Be proud of yourself. First of all, you guys are showing up here. I want you to be proud that you're showing up here. You're paying attention to what's going on with your voice. I want you to be proud of your compliments this last year. What you have done last year, even if it's just, oh, you know what, I only did a couple workouts, but I started kind of doing something or I started warming up my voice. Anything you have done to take steps toward where you're at right now vocally, I want you to be proud of that. I want you to be excited about that and commit to yourself. We're going on this journey together. You guys, I've got your back. I've got you covered. I am here to serve you. I'm here to help you on that vocal journey. And we are starting next week open enrollment for True Voice Studio's first live masterclass this month. So you're going to find the details out. I want you to stay tuned because this next week is sign up. It's open enrollment for my brand new masterclass on vocal freedom. So I don't want you to miss out on one single second. You're going to get so much information, so many things that are going to help you not just sing better, but we're going to take a deep dive into some of the other things and answer some serious questions and some fun questions. We're going to have fun on what's going on with my voice. Why is this happening? I cannot wait to see you. I hope that you all will stay with me on this journey. And if you have any questions, please let me know, okay? I'm going to take one more quick peek before I go off of my live today. I want to make sure if I have not acknowledged anybody or answered a question question. Let me see. So Zach is in. Yes, I love it. And Sarah, she says, any progress is better than no progress. Amen, girlfriend. Any progress, you guys. Just do something a little different than you did last week. Do something a little different than you did last month. Do something a little different than you did last year. Are you happy with where you're at today, vocally? Then ask yourself why and fix it. Let's get on the journey and let's fix our voices, okay? I look forward to seeing you this next week. Be sure to follow this channel. You can follow my YouTube channel as well. That is where you are going to see the open enrollment for my upcoming workshop. I'm teaching it live. It's not going to be a pre-recorded. It's going to be live. So we're going to be hands-on and we're going to be diving in to starting to get some answers and fixing your voice. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. And if you are interested, I want to be sure that you just write in, just say I'm in the comments. Make sure that you let me know somehow that you're interested. And I'm going to be looking for you this next week for open enrollment. I hope you have a blessed and a wonderful and a prosperous new year this year. I hope that you discover your true voice with me on this vocal journey. Guys, I've got you. I'm so happy that you're here for the journey, and I am privileged to be along on the journey with you. I will see you guys soon. Okay?